Hello and welcome to episode 14 of your FUTBIN Podcast. My name is Richard Buckley. It is an absolute pleasure for you to be joining me for the next hour of FC Chat. We've got a very, very special guest with us today, and I'm not talking MattFUTTrading. We have got everyone's favourite Twitch streamer and content creator. Sometimes we watch and he makes us feel a little bit better about a game. Sometimes we watch and we are simply cheering him on to get those wins in FUT Champs. He has exploded since FC26 has come out, and it's an absolute honour to have him on the pod with us today. Mr. Anthony Day, Tony Day, welcome to the FUTBIN Podcast.
Nice to be here.
I've got to ask you straight away, how are you finding FC26?
At first, I think everybody liked it. It was faster. The dribbling, people liked it. I think it's when they have these updates, that's when people start complaining. So everyone likes it, then people complain, and then they change it, then people still complain, no matter what, you know what I mean? So
we're stuck in a cycle.
Just it's like a cycle. It's every year, isn't it? It is, isn't it? You know.
No, I have to agree.
You know, the gameplay was good at first. It was fast, one, nice and fluid, and then when people started about the dribbling, that was it. Just went down, really.
Not only do we have Tony on, we have got our usual assistant manager, our usual. I called him the navigator to my Jordan Henderson. It feels fitting that we've got a Liverpool fan on today with us. Matt, how are we? How's the week been?
Yes, it's been a busy one. You might recognise some of the merch that both myself and Buckley are wearing. Shop.futbin.com should be live by the time you see this podcast. So if you want to get kitted out in some very, very comfortable, I must say, Rich, FUTBIN gear. You can tell I've been practicing that. Yes, you can go and check it out over there. But it's been a busy week. We've got some cool features dropping very, very soon as well. We've been talking a lot in the pod about, FUTBIN ratings and how meta certain players are. That'll be coming very, very soon as well. But we will have a sort of bigger extra time pod, I think we're calling it, Rich. The first of many, I hope, covering all things FUTBIN rating pretty soon.
Yeah, we're going extra time, not injury time, because I think it might be a long one.
Yes.
But that will be coming up later this week. Something that everyone within FUTBIN is really excited to get off the ground, and we hope everyone uses it, enjoys it, and also constructive feedback. What do you like about it? What do you not like about it? All that will be coming up later on this week. Let me tell you what we've got coming up today on this episode of the pod. We're going to be looking at Tony's team. We're going to be having a review of the team. He's going to be telling us best players he likes, players that he doesn't like, who should we be looking out for, and a tactics deep dive into Tony's team. We're then going to be having a look on over at the brand new Primetime promo. Is it Primetime? I think that's the question. Or is it 4 p.m. tipping point viewing? Is it missable? That is the question. We're going to be looking at the upgrade paths as well, because quite an interesting one with some of these players, with multiple different UEFA competitions all taking place throughout each and every week. We've got another episode of the hotly acclaimed Hot or Not, and this time we are with Tony Day, 5 SBCs. All you got to do, tell us, are they hot or are they not? Then we're going to be having a deeper dive into the SBCs of the week. What should you be looking for? And Buckley's big discussion. Not only are we going to be talking about icon SBCs, and will we ever see the return of the 15-16 player squad icon SBC, but it only seems fitting that with Tony on the pod, we are going to be talking all things Liverpool Football Club. Are Liverpool in crisis? What's going on in the red side of Merseyside? That is all to come on today's episode. But we have to start, as always, with a team review. That's where we start this podcast. And we're going straight in with Anthony's team. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go full screen right here. I'm going to pass the baton over to you, Anthony. Talk me through the team.
So, the only reason why I've got David Rhea there is for the chemistry, really. Usually I have, what do I call him? I think it was Alisson I had. Now, Jason Park, he's there for now. because he's got 99 pace because of the screen upgrade. Mbappe, I packed him. When was it? Last Friday. I couldn't believe it.
Ooh.
Oh, I couldn't believe it. Honestly. Marquisio, I bought him actually. This Monday. Really good player. Really good. Honestly, he's good. He's good at going forward, tracking back. Same as De Jong. He's the exact same thing. Van de Ven, best defender on the game. Not even close. Honestly, he is. He's so good. I packed Cordoba Monday as well. Monday, yeah. So he's there. That left back, Capdevila, he's getting replaced soon. He's not. He's all right, but nothing special. Rafinha's a good player. Salah, he's good. Not 10 out of 10 though. Yeah. Good at shooting, but apart from that, no. He's all right. He's all right. He's playable.
Until you packed Mbappe, who did you have leading the line for you?
Probably. I think it was Isaac. Still.
Okay.
I think, it was Isaac, yeah. 88, yeah.
So outside of Capdevila then, Tony, who's on fraud watch? Is there anyone?
Let's have a think. Ooh. Probably De Jong. He's good.
Okay.
But not, 10 out of 10. Yeah. Probably Capdevila, then De Jong. Yeah, definitely.
If you were to sort of look at this team from the start of the game to now, like who's been in there throughout? Is there anyone that you've picked up early? I imagine Salah was quite an early
Salah, I bought him the first couple of weeks, Salah. He's the only player that's been there since the start. Oh no, him and Van de Ven. They're the only two players. And maybe Saliba? Yeah, that's it. I think. So Saliba, Van de Ven, and Salah. So they're the only three that were in my starting team a couple of weeks in. The rest are all brand new.
You said that you bought Marquisio. You're happy to go into the transfer market, buy players, don't really care about if you lose some coins, or are we keeping an eye on everything?
I keep an eye on stuff. I don't. The chat keeps telling me, "Oh, you have to buy this player." Back. No, I do it at my own pace. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to just buy something because it's you can't just buy just for the sake of it. It depends if you think your team or not. Do you know what I mean? That's the way I think. My way of thinking.
When you actually look at this team, is there anyone that you are looking to upgrade? Obviously, you talked about De Jong. He might be on fraud watch. Who do you play against and you think, oh, they're going to give me problems every time you play against them?
The left back.
Right.
Do you mean like the player who... So the opponent...
Yeah. That you're thinking, I need to get him in my team.
I need to get him in my team. I can't think. Let's have a think. I don't really know, to be honest with you.
I'm seeing no Pateas, no Bonmati, no Pina.
I've got Patellas on the bench.
Okay.
The only reason why she's on the bench is because of the chemistry. I have to get around the chemistry.
Yeah.
I'm that person where I need to get the chemistry perfect. If I don't, I've got really good players on the bench.
Okay.
But the only reason why, like I said, the reason why Park Ji Sung's there is because of the 99 pace.
I don't think I've had 33 chemistry all year.
Oh yeah, I have to get it perfect. I have to. Otherwise, But Rafinha, I like him, but he's also not 10 out of 10. He's there for now, but he'll definitely get replaced in the future. 100%.
When you look at this team, Matt, obviously you've played a lot of the game. If you were just look at it on paper, what one player do you think? Let's have a look at him. Let's see if we can get someone else in there.
Yeah, definitely Capdevila. I don't see many people rocking with a Capdevila. It's very often at Jordi Alba or Teo Hernandez or
Cambiasso,
Nuno Mendes, that sort of player. But chemistry, it's a good reason to have heroes in. Backline. I think Cordoba is certainly someone that I would be using if I back them first own. It's probably not the sort of player that you would go out and buy. But yeah, everyone else in there. I mean, we always see, Rafinha in that left mid spot or left wing spot in a 4-5-1 or a 4-4-1-1. Mbappe obviously speaks for himself. We see a lot of De Jong. Haven't seen too many Marquisio specifically. That could just be, a lot of people using untradables, not wanting to go and pick them up. So I do rate that. I think absolutely. Well, he's got that 99 pace. Absolutely one of the best, if not the best DM, probably in the game at the moment. I'd probably say. Yeah.
When you the one thing I think quite interesting, the team that you've got right there, obviously you're playing a 4-2-1-3 with the two CDMs, the cam. Yeah. Do you get a lot of pressure from the chat sometimes to play different formations, play different ways?
All the time. Honestly, I tried 2 new formations last week. Same thing happened. It's about me, the way I play my football. Do you know what I mean? If I play formation, I do some style of football. No good. Sorry, but it's not.
Yeah. The Twitch
it might be a good formation.
Yeah, the Twitch chat sabotage is a real thing, isn't it, Tony?
Yes.
You've got to blame it on the Twitch chat. These results, we could be sort of talking 12, 13, 14 wins if it's not for Twitch chat, I'm telling you, mate.
Off stream, I'm 15-0. I'm a 15-0 player off stream.
Exactly.
That's what I always say.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Let's have a jump into the tactics then. Pretty standard. Are these your own tactics? Are these someone that you've taken from a video? Okay.
Yeah, these are mine.
Talk us through it.
So striker, Mbappe, advance forward, plus. I always like to have the left wing and the right wing inside forward. So they have Mbappe. That's my style of football. Park Ji-sung, I want him to be up there as well with a shadow striker. Marquisio, deep line playing. I wouldn't like to have Marquisio Holden because he's just too good to just stay there. He needs to go up and down. De Jong, Holden, perfect there. And my left back and my right back, I keep them on defend so they stay back because I don't want them going up and leaving too many gaps. And Saliba and Cordoba just on defend, and that's it really. Nice and simple, nice straightforward.
Yep.
It looks like the pretty standard sort of 4-2-1-3.
Yeah.
The holding on De Jong. You ever tried 2 deep line playmakers, or do you have to have one sitting?
I haven't actually. That might be something that I might try with De Jong. See what that does. That's a good idea. I might do it actually. Yeah.
Especially with the patch recently, when the AI mark the pass on the edge of the box less.
Yeah. Yeah.
The recycle's quite nice from like left wing to CDM and then swing it across the box almost.
Yeah. Yeah. That's something I'll definitely try. Absolutely. And I'll give that a go. See what it does.
When we're talking actually sort of in game, like just for people, I saw. Do you play a couple of champs at the weekend?
I play
more than one account. Yeah.
My main account, my RTG account.
Okay. Yeah. What were those? What were those records?
So I got on Saturday. Was it 3 wins? On Sunday 4 wins. Yeah, pretty bad. I know.
I mean, I think in the grand scheme of things, being in champs probably puts you in the top 15-20% of people who play the game.
Oh,
just being in champs in general.
Yeah.
What is it that you sort of what struggle with the game? Is it like people doing certain things? Do you find sometimes you lose your head a little bit, and then a game falls into another game, and then you're on a losing streak? Like, what actually is it?
It's defending. That's it.
Okay.
I'm gonna go forward. If you watch me, I score really good goals. The defending, I just can't handle the dribbling. My hands are getting really old. I'm 30 now. Do you know what I mean? I can't handle the dribbling. It's too fast. You get all these people doing all these skill moves over the, it's, just, I know I'm making excuses, but
No, I
the dribbling, honestly, it's really hard to defend,
You're a football purist, is what we're saying.
Oh, yeah,
We like simple tiki-taka.
Old school. Yeah, tiki-taka, old school. Yeah, exactly. I like just passing it about. Don't like doing any skill moves and that, what everyone does.
I played champs at the weekend, and I thought it might be time for me to hang up the controller. I started 0-3.
Oh yeah.
I started 0-3, and I was like, "What? Sorry, like, I usually play on this controller, and I thought, you know what? Let me go and buy a new controller. It must be the controller. There has to be something wrong with this. Stick drift, maybe?
Stick drift, yeah.
Yeah. Something's not happening here. Went and bought a new controller. Won the next game on pens. And I'm like, maybe I've just lost it. Maybe it's just gone in a week.
The matchmaker was also very hard as well.
Before the football leaves you, Richard Buckley.
I then went on a bit of a streak. I went from 0-3 to 10-3.
Well, that's not bad. That's quite good.
Lost the next one and finished 11-4. So I thought, you know what, 11-4. Considering the place we were in, I'm in a relegation fight. I'm Derby County. It's 3 points after 14 games. I've done all right here. I've managed to get to a position where I feel comfortable. But honestly, this last weekend, I was just... Some people I saw were flying, but then there were some really, really like... I do think it's that time of the year where Call of Duty is coming out, in 2 days? As I'm recording.
Yeah.
You've got new games, Ark Raiders, I think people are playing. There's lots of new things out there. The people who are playing the game right now, Matt, pretty hardcore. Like, a lot of the casuals sort of moved on. I think we will get a next resurgence, whether that's if FC26 comes onto EA Play for a discount, whether around Christmas usually we get a big influx of people. But it feels right now that the people who are playing are pretty serious about it.
Yeah, I think so. And I think EA said, in like the early patch notes and pitch notes that there would be sort of like jump points of the year, and they've said, that might be Black Friday, team of the year, team of the season, that sort of thing. It does feel like we're kind of in a bit of a limbo at the moment where there's not really too many cards that are getting into teams. There've been a few like the Scream SBCs, and now we've got like Primetime UCL, like with Cambiasso, for example. But it does feel like we need that next big promo like Black Friday that's really going to jump up the power curve, get people excited about the game again. But it kind of always happens, doesn't it? This time of the year, November, we get those big sort of AAA releases. People go away and dabble. We've just had a Football Manager release. Let's not forget that as well.
Yeah.
A big one. First time in a couple of years for that. So it's just
I mean, speaking of releases, I'm sure that EA will be rubbing their hands that we don't have a GTA 6 in the middle of Team of the Season that's going to come out. Obviously, that got delayed. Just looking at we can sort of piece things together. We've played enough of the game for a long time. We don't really have any inside info, but just looking at the years of promo and whatnot and where we expect things to lie, I would imagine, I don't know this, I would imagine Primetime is a 2-week promo. I think it is. So we're probably going to get another set of... I think there might be a new promo on Friday. We're then looking, I would imagine, next week, from the 21st, I would assume that there will be an FC Pro Open promo with 24 items associated to 24 pro players that then go into the pro competitions where they get upgrades depending on how well the pro plays. And then the week after, the 28th, is Black Friday. So it falls on that Friday. So we're probably, I would say, 2-ish weeks away from the first of the big moments in the game. Outside launch, this feels like quite a big moment. For you, Anthony, obviously when you're streaming and making content, do you sometimes get a feel that maybe outside of gameplay, like the chat is getting a little bit restless right now?
Yeah, there's loads of people in my chat saying they don't play the game anymore. They're just sick of it. The thing is, I know loads of people complaining about loads of promos. Then you get those people that complain there's nothing to do.
Yeah.
So you have to mix it between, don't you? It's the gameplay though. It's been very inconsistent. Didn't they put their update yesterday? I'm pretty sure they did.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's changed nothing. I don't think. I've played anyway. I think people are just getting really fed up, really. And the rival rewards. You rage, right? Honestly, you shout your head up. I mean, I haven't broke anything yet. You rage and rage. Yeah, right? A 10 times 75? Like, you know what I mean? What's the point of stressing over a 10 times 75? You're just not going to, are you? That's why other people stop playing.
Yeah, when you've got...
And the champs rewards.
Yeah, you've got the gauntlet now. You've got this Primetime League and tournament. Like, there's a lot of gameplay content out there.
Oh, it's good content. Oh, yeah, there is, yeah.
Yeah.
The tournament rewards. Might be better than the champ rewards in some ways. Depends how many wins you get. Do you know what I mean? I don't know.
Where do you think we are right now with gameplay, Matt? When you look at where we started, where we are now, I think AA9 Skills, he's been quite vocal on social media. He was sort of saying if the game was in a good place, we shouldn't be getting patches and updates every week. What's your sort of opinion on that? I know we've deviated a little bit from where we started, but I think it is quite a good discussion point. I think it needs to be talked about as well on sort of public places.
Yeah, it's a really, really tricky one, because on the one hand, you've got, a lot of feedback coming in from the community, and EA have made a big thing about, listening to the community feedback this year and implementing these sort of quick changes. But then you've got, the other side of it, where I don't think the community can really agree on what is best for the game. Goalkeeper movement was a perfect example of that. Some people love it, some people hate it. R1 dribbling, same again. So part of me would say, and I saw the AA9 skills video, and it was talking a lot about, people need to get used to things before they get patched. And, that R1 dribbling at the start of the game, a lot of people said was pretty good, and it was reverted, in a recent patch. So I think a lot of these things probably, unless they're game breaking, like the flick up rainbow flick volley, that shouldn't be in the game. But good dribbling probably should. So it's deciding what to patch and what not to patch. And I think the community a lot of the time might not be a fan of what I'm about to say. You need to just get used to it. Don't just take a game or two and say, "Oh, I don't like it." You got to stick with it, and because otherwise we end up with this situation that we're in now. I think where there's a lot of changes, people can't really get used to a single style of gameplay. It's a lot of changing and moving the goalposts, really.
Do you know what I think a lot of it is on? And this is not me putting blame on a community or I'm not doing that. But I think a lot of it is caused because of sort of this like battle royale mentality, where battle royales, Warzone, Fortnite, these games, you can change things very quickly, and the meta can adjust super quick. I used to play a lot of Warzone when it was sort of really, really popular. You had the Akimbo Magnums. They were like 2-shot kill. That gets changed overnight. That's then completely out of the game. There's no point using it anymore. In my opinion, FC is not a game that should be cared after and nurtured like that. It should be, let's see how this plays out over 2 months. Look how long the power shots were in the game for last year. The crazy power shots that were flying in. We had probably had them for at least 5 weeks. And then EA said, okay, this is actually a problem. And it had to be on the pro event. I think there were 260,000 people watching, and people were scoring first-time power shots from 35 yards. And it was like, yeah, okay, we've got a problem. Yeah, I understand this. And then it got patched. Doing things over like social media, like outrage, or just like, it feels like quite small things that are having big impacts on the game, doesn't fill me with confidence long term that this is going to stick. Like, if every time we don't like something, it's just going to get changed and nerfed, at what point does the game stop doing that? Like, that's my big concern. Like, how far do we go before we're just changing things every week? Every Tuesday is going to be a live tuning update.
Yeah,
like,
it's not sustainable as well. Like, you mentioned the Call of Duty example. I think that's a really good one, because ultimately, outside of like the cosmetic packs and like the packs where you can like buy guns or whatever, you're not investing currency into getting that item. In Ultimate Team, you have an evolution or an SBC or a player in packs that you're spending coins, you're spending FC points on. I think one of the big ones last year was the Team of the Year Blueprint Evo that gave like Finesse Shot Plus, and then Finesse Shot got nerfed. It's like, well, I've just spent 500,000 coins on that Evo. I'm going to feel a little bit shortchanged. So there is that sort of economy element to this as well that we need to be aware of. So I think, that falls into your point really well, Rich, in that you can't be changing them things week on week on week, because it'll impact people's teams, it'll impact people's coin budgets, and then that is what ultimately, that's one of the core reasons why I think people leave the game. You buy a team for Weekend League, your rewards don't even match the coin loss on the team that you've bought. So tricky one.
Anthony, just a quick one on your opinion on this, sort of like, where if you were in charge, when you're looking just at gameplay, what's like one of the big things that you would say we need to do something about this?
Whew.
I know you play a lot of champs, you play a lot of games.
Defending. That's the main one. Maybe passing. I know there's different ways to pass a ball, but I know Y is a through ball, but there could be a person through. I'd press Y, and it wouldn't even go next to the person trying to pass. It would just go straight to their defender. So I would say the defending and the passing. That's two of the main things. The shooting's perfect. The shooting, I love the shooting. I love it. I really do. The defending, though, yeah. The defending, right? It's, I don't know. You could have defenders that have like, I don't know, 84 pace, and they'll catch up to something like a striker that has 93 pace, for example. Like, some of the defenders are a bit overpowered in some sort of way, if you get what I mean. I don't know.
Yeah.
The defending he's looking at, absolutely. Very inconsistent.
I think that's the big word, really, across the whole game for me at the minute. Inconsistency.
Yeah,
It feels like the only consistent thing, really, is shooting.
Yeah.
Sometimes with the passing, with the dribbling, with sort of even on like set plays and things, like I'll set the players up to be in a certain position, and then the next corner they're in a different area of the pitch, and it's like I consistency across the board. I'd much rather have a 6.5 out of 10 game, and I know it's always going to be a 6.5 out of 10, than sometimes it's a 9 out of 10 and sometimes it's a 3, depending on what sort of patch we've had. Like, I would much rather have average across the board and know what I'm getting into, rather than 2 weeks ago, technical dribbling's unbelievable. The week after, technical dribbling's terrible. The week after, technical dribbling's unbelievable again. Like, that's it. I don't know, just my personal sort of opinion on that. I'm not all in, but I'll tell you what we all are all in on, and that's a brand new promo.
Oh, yes. What a segue that is.
This is the new Primetime promo. I felt like I was clicking every single different filter here to get all the players in. I think I've got them all. UCL Primetime Heroes, WCL Primetime Heroes, UWCL Primetime, UCL, UEFA Champions League, and Europa League. I think that's them all. I think. First take, we've got some big players in this promo. Big heroes in this promo as well. We've got the brand new heroes as well. Loudhurt coming in at just over 100k. We've got Daniel De Rossi and Salgado. Surprised by these 3 players coming in, Matt?
Not really, no. I think I look at Salgado and I just see Carvajal over all the years. You know, it does look like the Carvajal before Carvajal kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, De Rossi, I think, it's really, really good potential for that card to really kick on. You know, maybe not with upgrades, but certainly for future promos. We haven't got, correct me if I'm wrong, Rich, the base version of these cards.
No.
Revealed
so it's
yet,
just the promos.
Yeah, so it'd be very interesting to see what that comes in at.
You would imagine, 86, 86, 87? Maybe 87, 88.
I think so.
It's usually a +1 or a +2, right, on promos? I mean, Hazard, +1.
Yeah.
With upgrade potential. Outside the heroes, anyone that's you're looking at, not necessarily as an investment opportunity, but there's some... I thought we were doing a lot of research recently about defenders not being as good as attackers, and they've dropped some of the best defenders in the game in this promo. Saliba, promo item. Eder Militao, promo item. That feels quite intentional, Matt.
Yes, we have been looking at them, and the amount of attacking options is crazy, and defensively, I think we see it. There's not really a lot of variation in those defensive areas, specifically centre backs. It's very sort of Marquinhos, Van der Ven, Saliba, those kinds of players that are getting in. So Militao, I think will come into that into the mix there as well for those top tier teams. Obviously, upgrade potential sort of built into these cards, so it'll be interesting to see, if we can get those upgrades coming in soonish.
It's we'll go on to the upgrade tracker in a second, because I think it's super easy to understand through FUTBIN as well. For you, Tony, any of these players that you've picked up, anyone that you're looking to get?
If I didn't have Mbappe, I'd be looking at Haaland. Absolutely. That looks like a really good card. Probably Haaland, definitely Saliba. Has to be Saliba. That's a must-get card. Because there's no doubt about it, he's going to get an upgrade. Because Arsenal doing well, aren't they?
Yeah.
In the Champions League, so he'll get an upgrade. So Haaland, Saliba,
Gakpo?
maybe Yamal. Probably Yamal, yeah. So probably those three, Yami's top three. Hansen as well, of course. Carly Vance now, she's one of the best cards, she's unreal, isn't she? Hansen.
Surprised by the amount of top tier players in this promo.
Usually you only get 2 or 3, don't you?
Yeah.
Mostly, but if you look at that, there's about at least 6, 7, 8 amazing players. It's 5, 6, 7. So yeah, it's it's some really good players there. That's the Rossi that you talked about there. He will be. He's really, really good. He'll be a good card. Him. But like Marquisio, him reminds me of Marquisio straight away. Bit similar.
Surprised by the prices of some of these players, Matt, or is it just the upgrade potential on them? Because even like some of the mid-tier players, this Maatsen, if that's just a standard upgrade, I'm not sure if we're looking at 150k. Same with, Gordon, 300k for an Anthony Gordon.
Yeah, partly a bit of upgrade potential, but these cards we're seeing a few now starting to get the playstyle pluses a lot more consistently across the board. Yeah, a little bit of upgrade potential sort of built into that. Obviously supply as well would be one of the key ones as well. Are we seeing a lot of these in packs? I don't know about you, Anthony, if you've seen too many of these being packed. I haven't seen too many. A lot of the Europa and Conference.
Yeah, I've seen almost none of these players packed. The one player that I really do like the look of was this Rios from Benfica. Great stats across the board. The only problem is Benfica, I'm pretty sure, are second to bottom in the Champions League groups. I don't think they've won a game yet. So the chance of any upgrades feels quite slim. But even just for the base upgrade on the promo item, 100k for a player with a playstyle plus, Enforcer plus, that is, 3-star, 3-star, great stats already that have been enhanced. It feels quite nice, considering the price. Let's have a look down at some of the lesser rated players, especially going to the conference. I packed this guy, Endor, quite good, 15k. He's a big lad. I think he's 6'3". Decent playstyle pluses as well. I was playing him CDM, but he's got tiki taka and incisive. I actually quite liked him, to be honest. Again, Fiorentina, not an awful shout at getting upgraded. Any of these, if you were to sort of look at investment opportunity, Matt, are these sort of items that you would be looking at, or is it too much risk? Is it you got to be looking minute by minute on these Champions League games? Like you're almost investing by the minute.
It's one of those, but also a lot of these cards have Evo potential as well.
Yeah.
So, there could be, I know people did some of the Evos on the Cavani showdown before he got upgraded. So there might be a couple of instances where, an Evo is released, maybe with an 85 rating cap that some of these cards are fitting into, have a chance of getting an upgrade. So you kind of have that double boost potential. So I think there's definitely something on that. But I'll tell you who I do like the look of. And it's actually one of the free cards. It's Diego Simeone. Is it Diego Simeone? No. Just Simeone from Atletico. But Tiki Taka Plus from Gauntlet.
Yeah.
I would be thinking...
Probably can't play centre mid.
Is that an issue, though?
Well,
4-5-1s we're seeing, 93 pace, Tiki Taka.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you know what? Maybe just as a striker. false nine, get him in the hole, link up the play. This is one of those items that I don't know if he's got opposition. Because I'm not sure I want him out wide. It's one of those classic things where he's got 79 passing, but he's got tiki-taka plus, so he's basically got 99 passing. So you almost need to disregard the passing stat. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, for these, Igor Jesus was one that I was looking at. He is an absolute unit up top. He's only 5'10", but it feels like he feels bigger. He's quite a large man in the final third. And for 16, 15k, I think there will be Evo potential there down the line. But all in all, where would you sort of, out of the promos we've had this year, Anthony, where would you sort of rate this promo, considering what we've had?
I think it's the best one up to now. The promo, the Cornerstone one, that was... I wasn't a fan of that at all. What we've had Cornerstones. Yeah, the head's gone.
Ratings reloaded.
Written reloaded. Cornerstones, written reloaded. Remember that? I've got to remember like a fish. But yeah, this is the best one by far. Honestly, it is.
Yeah,
it's the best cards by a mile. Scream was, I would say, the okay rating. Maybe 7 out of 10. I wouldn't say it was... I think Scream, back in the day, was an amazing promo, wasn't it? Everyone loved it. But this one just didn't seem to live up to the hype, unfortunately. It was all right, but not a memorable one. Not a memorable one, put it that way. That we'll remember for ages.
Well, we have the upgrades on the players, but there is a lot more potential for the upgrades through the upgrade path. If you're unfamiliar with what the upgrade path is, on FUTBIN we can show you every single sort of the tracker, which I think is so good. It shows you the games that they're going to be playing against. So City, if you're looking for these Haaland's upgrades, he's got Leverkusen, Real Madrid, Bodo Glimt, and Galatasaray. And for the upgrades, if they get 7 points or more from the 12 points available, he'll get a +1. If he just appears in a winning match, he gets a +1 roll and a +1 playstyle. For a goal or assist, which Haaland you would imagine he's going to do easily, he gets another playstyle and a roll ++. Finished top 8 in the league playoffs. This is quite interesting, this bit here. You can only have one max playstyle, which I think it feels very intentional. Sometimes things like that slip through, but he will only get 2 playstyles. And if they get a club goal in 4 different matches, so to me that is just the club score a goal in the 4 games, you get another +1. So this Haaland could be looking at a 94 overall when it's all said and done, which feels what you're buying for, what was he, 1 million coins, I think? Just under 1 million coins. That sort of feels, Matt, you're almost buying the player with the expectation of the upgrade coming through with a few of these items.
Yeah, definitely. I am a little bit surprised that we wouldn't go 2 playstyle plus for some of these. You know, considering that last game for City is the 28th of January, and just saying that's usually team of the year time where we'll be seeing probably a lot of 2 or 3 playstyle plus players. So yeah, maybe just a small question mark over that one. But yeah, the stats I think are going to be well in line for those sort of top end cards. Thinking Haaland specifically. I'm a little bit surprised, I'll be honest, that Haaland and Yamal got in, because you would expect them to be in and around the team of the year voting, wouldn't you? Yamal specifically.
I mean, in this promo, I'll just yes or no if you think they'll be in team of the year. Haaland, we would imagine,
12th man vote, potentially, yeah.
Yamal,
absolutely.
off that right-hand side, probably him or Salah.
100%, yeah.
Saliba, you would imagine he's in.
Yeah,
considering
definitely.
Arsenal's defence. I'm trying to think other centre-backs. Maybe Marquinhos.
Yeah.
But I think Saliba will be right in there in the vote.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be very PSG heavy, right? That's going to be the promo. The chance of some of these, I think there's definitely 2 there that you would imagine are going to be right in with the team of the year, and that just seems pointless, doesn't it, Matt? That team of the year players will be in a promo that you can upgrade, but it's not the first time that's happened. Hansen in the women's team of the year, you would imagine probably going to be in.
Oh yeah,
wouldn't be shocked. Either her or maybe Chloe Kelly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that would be my only criticism, and it's a small one, isn't it? Really, at the end of the day, you've still got so many cards in there that I think not only get into people's teams now, but will continue to get into people's teams. You go a little bit further down, Rich, and you've got people like that, that Esther Val and that Anthony Gordon that are already kind of beginning to crop up, and you get a few overall boosts on that. If you're talking sort of an 88, 89 rated card at some stage, well, yeah, probably 88, I think, is the max you can get to with a Playstyle Plus. Suddenly,
this feels very viable.
That's very valuable. But,
yeah,
it's an interesting one. I think we got to keep an eye on it over the coming games. Correct me if I'm wrong. Can you get upgrades off the next match alone?
Yeah, you could get a +1. So Hoyland on the 25th of November. Yeah. So what's that? Just under 2 weeks away. If Napoli was to beat Karabag, which you'd imagine they do, this goes for an 88. He could also appear in a winning match if they win that match. So that'll be a roll plus or a playstyle. If he gets a goal or an assist, that could be another playstyle and a roll plus. The only two you're not going to be able to get is these two at the bottom, which is the second +1 and the playstyle plus. So they're sort of gatekeeping this playstyle plus for a little while. So yeah, I think it's going to be 7 points or more, right, for the earliest upgrade. So that's after 3 games. So we're not going to see just to correct that, we're not going to see a +1 until the 20th of Jan. Because you got to get 7 points. So if that's 3 wins, it feels like a long time. The only thing we're going to get is these two, which is the rolls and the playstyles added on. So the gatekeeping, the upgrades, let's see if that sort of pays off. Usually we see 2 playstyle pluses for winter wildcards or whatever the festive promo is. Will we see 2 playstyle pluses this year? It seems playstyles and upgrades have been very sort of protected. Let's wait and see. Let's move on. We spent a long time there talking about the promo, but I think it's the current thing right now. It's the trendy topic. Let's move on to my favourite time of the podcast. It's time for hot or not, hot or not with Anthony Day. I'm going to tell you 5 SBCs. Yep. All you need to do to tell me, are they hot or are they not? Do you complete them or are they miss? Are we ready?
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Nick Pope.
Ooh, hot.
There you go. The base icon match day pick, Essien, Vidic or Zambrotta, 355k.
Just for Vidic alone, hot. Definitely.
Andrea Cambiasso, UCL Primetime, 115k. The left back for Juve.
100k is not too bad. Hot. That's not bad at all.
Base hero upgrade, 100k.
I've had quite good a feel with those, so yeah, definitely hot.
we could be on 5 hots out of hot. Finally, player of the month, Brian Mbuemo. 75k.
It depends who we got striker in it, really. Not.
Oh, 4 out of 5.
So close. So close.
4 out of 5.
I personally wouldn't put him on my team. He's too. The pace is a bit of an issue, especially this time of the game.
I mean, he's not Mbappe, is it? He's not Mbappe. So.
No, definitely not. For the
there
bench,
you go.
maybe, but
4 out of 5. What do we think to the SBCs of the week, Matt?
Pretty good, I would say. I think, the Cambiasso, definitely one that intrigues me. It's a tricky one as well. 100k on a fullback, I think people would always look at and think, ooh, that's a bit pricey. But it's one of those sort of pain positions where we haven't had incredible players yet. So he's certainly got the capabilities to get in there. I think, Nick Pope, the yearly Nick Pope SBC. It feels like we get a little bit earlier this time, but yeah, 50k. He goes in my chart on past and present, Rich. So it's the only keeper we've got.
Do you know what the problem with Cambiasso was? Everyone literally just went and did the Jordi Alba.
True.
Like what? 2 weeks ago, if that. So the left backs that everyone had, we were like, everyone sorted on left backs for 3 months. So it's difficult. I think other than that, we did get one more sort of interesting bit of content that came out from last week's Champions League games, and these were the brand new star performers. I really like these items. I think a lot of the time EA say we're going to upgrade players based on their performance, what they did. They've actually done it. These players all got their playstyle pluses and their upgrades because of what they did in the game. Van der Ven's got 83 shooting because he scored probably the Puskas goal of the year. Dan Burns got precision header because he scored a finesse header from a goal. Only 4 players came out. The price of these, I mean, other than Gogorza, are all pretty ridiculous. Even Osimhen up at 500k, and I think it is just simply supply and demand. Has anyone in either of you two played against any of these 4 players? I've not seen anyone use any of these.
Not one
players.
Single person. Not one person.
No.
Dan Burn looks pretty good though as a centre half. I think 400k feels a lot, but really, really good stat increase. Great pace, really good defending, great physicality. It's a start of potentially something quite nice to look forward to every week, Matt, if this is going to be a recurring thing.
Yeah, definitely. I think it shakes it up a little bit. It gives us a few more exciting ways to play. I don't think people will be trying to sprint through with Van der Ven in trying to recreate the goal. But if there's someone out there who wants to attempt it, you've got the ability.
Have you seen what playstyles he's got?
Yeah, he's got
finesse and law driven,
and tech as well.
Yeah, it's actually like if he could play CDM, he's fantastic.
Yeah.
But just a very quick one. That's what I wanted to just jump into there because I think people don't give a lot of credit when EA do things which are quite fun, and that seems like something that's going to be quite fun every week that we can actually look forward to, and hopefully we get better players and more unique players and items that are sort of actually packable that can go into people's teams. I asked about SBCs because one thing that we've not seen this year, the game came out late September, probably about 9 weeks in, is big icon SBCs. The 10, 12, 13, 14 player squads. We've seen these picks instead. Are icon SBCs finished? Matt, I'll come to you first. Are we going to see an icon SBC all year, or is everything going to be in these picks now?
I think we're still going to get big icon SBCs. I just think they're going to be a lot later in the cycle. So we have had things like this before. If you remember back, I think it was back to FIFA 19. We used to have these player pick style icon SBCs in which you'd have 3 altogether. The requirements back then were a lot more expensive. You remember you used to have to submit base icons into them, so the prices would just absolutely fly. We are in a situation now where EA have kind of controlled the requirements of these a little bit, so you can get, players like Vidic, Zambrotta, Essien are kind of around that same price, bundle them together, and it won't impact the market too much. Now, you can't do this. Imagine they were to release a Eusebio, Pullet, Vieira, Pele. Yeah. That's one thing where, fodder market would just absolutely go crazy because you haven't then just got one player out of those 3 that people complete. People want to complete all 3 potentially if it's, they make that repeatable. So I do think for those big ones, they're going to be coming sort of later in the year, probably when we have a little bit more of a menu grind, you could argue, with maybe some higher value upgrades, maybe when rewards are a little bit better and scaled up to allow people to get the fodder for them. But it wouldn't make sense at this stage of the year.
That's one thing I was literally just about to ask. There's a lot of SBCs, Anthony, out there, but it's very hard to get items and players to complete them.
Exactly, yeah.
It's almost impossible at the minute.
The only way you can do is the star packs. That's it. If you don't do star packs, then what are you going to do for the fodder?
Yeah.
You know, it's hard, not harder this year to get the 40, 100% it is.
I
100%.
will give EA their credit on this though, because outside of like the really big Player of the Month SBCs, which are really difficult for EA, you know, if Mbappe gets Player of the Month, you have to price it high. There's no getting around
absolutely.
that. Everything else, with the exception of maybe some of the icon player picks and some of the, you know, the hero and the icon packs, most of the players have been relatively attainable. You know, we're talking 83, 84, 85, maybe 86 rated squads, no more than a couple 100,000 coins. I do feel at that level, they're attainable, not easy, but you can grind for them. You can get them the fodder through your rewards, but you do have to be a lot more selective. I think that's fair to say. You know, you're not getting your 75 by 80s that you were last year in Rivals. So yeah, you do have to pick and choose, which I think that's the tricky one. You know, there is content out here that I think we have been in the habit of a few years ago of we're going to do everything.
Yeah. Like, if you complete Sergio Busquets, you're not doing Marcus Rashford.
Exactly.
And I think I do like that you sort of have to pick and choose unless you are a big spender and you've got endless supplies of storage and players and you can just put everything through. Like there's SBCs that I would have completed. Like I probably would have done Busquets in a previous year, but I just looked at it and thought I can't really justify that for a now player when I want to look what player is going to be in my team in 4 weeks rather than over a champs weekend. So yeah, plenty to discuss. Let us know down below how you've been feeling about this promo and have you completed any of the Gamble SBCs? Have you got any luck in those Icon and Hero SBCs? As we move on to my most looking forward to point of the pod, we sometimes bring a little bit of football chat in, and it only seems fitting with Anthony. I can see that signed Gerrard shirt behind him.
Oh, yes.
Liverpool Football Club. Are Liverpool in a state of crisis? What is going on, Anthony, in the red side of Liverpool?
Got rid of some good players. How can you get rid of Diaz? I mean, if you wanted to go, fair enough. But, I don't know. They got rid of Trent. Even though Liverpool fans are very unhappy about, same as me, I'm unhappy how Trent went. His crosses, you know, that's what we're missing at the moment. I know Sobasai is good at that. But basically what's happened is we've brought in too many players and they're just not clicking. They're not clicking, they're not. Akikite, he's doing okay. He's fell off a little bit. Wait, I mean, you know what I mean? He's... Some players just don't adapt to the Premier League though, do they? You know, they don't. It's too, you know, it's okay to win the Bundesliga, but if it comes to the Premier League, it's a different style of football. You know, like I said, Isaac, I think he's not injured now, but he was injured. I have to give Isaac, I mean, that's the thing, right? Against Man City, right? Isaac was on the bench, we were 2-0 down, and he didn't even bring him on. What's that all about? Do you know what I mean?
At what point, Tony, are you questioning
the manager
slot? Yeah.
I would say, let's have a think. So we lost the last game against Man City. We won the last two. We beat Real Madrid. Like, really good as well. Play really good football. I would say, well, so we're in November now. I'd say if there was three more games, depending how style of football we play as well, I think the manager's start getting questioned. If we fall down to something like 8th or 9th, that's when things will start getting, you know, I mean, when the season started, we were lucky then, weren't we? We were scoring the 90th minute all the time. Like 4 consecutive games. That's luck. That's not because we were good. We were terrible. So
you've not won a game at home. A game away.
4 games I won it, I think.
In a long time. I'm just looking at the results here. It might have been Burnley. You beat Burnley at Burnley 1-0.
Yeah.
You went to Palace, lost 2-1. Went to Galatasaray, lost. Went to Stamford Bridge, lost. Man United at home, that were a tough one. You went to Eintracht Frankfurt and won 5-1, which felt like a bit of a turning point. Like, okay, it's clicking.
Yeah.
And then lose 3-2 against Brentford.
Yeah, I know. Don't really.
Palace came to Anfield and won 3-0 in the League Cup.
Yep.
the fixtures you've got coming up feel massive. You've got Forest at Liverpool, at Anfield. If Forest come to Anfield and get a point, that has to be a win. That has to be a win.
Oh, for Forest, yeah. It has to be.
Yeah.
We have to win. Simple as that.
Yeah. You've then got PSV at home, which feels like a bit of a gimme.
Yeah.
And then 2 games in which I think if you're not getting maximum points out of these 2 games, there could be questions. You go to West Ham, who are arguably the worst side in the Football League.
West Ham, though, will be rubbing their hands the way we're playing. There will be. Most things will be.
And then Sunderland comes to Liverpool.
Yeah.
Which...
That's not an easy game. Sunderland's doing well. I think they're second or third, and they're somewhere fourth. I don't even know. They're at the top, though. So, it's the start of football. Start of football is poor. We don't know what we're doing. We're just kicking it up, hoping for the best.
Out of the players that you brought in, sort of the 5 players that you brought in, the big ones, Kirkes, Frimpong, Wirtz, Isak, Ekitike, out of those 5, who do you think's most likely to come good, and who do you think in January, or even, not January, but probably in the summer, you're saying, right, you've had a year, let's move you on?
Kirkes, he's not going to adapt him. I don't know, he makes too many mistakes. Unless Kikite, he'll definitely be a big... he's going to do well, I know he is. I think Isak will do well. Wait, I'd say give him till, see how he's like in March, April. He might score 1 goal and he might start playing well, we don't know. But Wait is definitely struggling. I know he is. It's not clicking for him. Who's the other player again? Frimpong. I think we originally bought him for right back. I'm pretty sure we did. But I'd say Frimpong's a winger, not a defender. I really don't. I don't know. Don't know what I'm going to do with Frimpong, to be honest with you. It's a confusing one. Really is.
Do you think you need to dip back into the market in January? Are we going to be spending even more money?
I mean, at this point, stick with the team that he's got. Because no matter if you bring players in, but they don't click, it's a waste of money. Yeah. Simple as that.
It also kills the signings. Like, say you go out and sign, I don't know who's like the form left back at the moment. Say you go and sign, I don't even know, a player at left back.
Yeah,
it kills Kirkes then.
Exactly.
Like, you can't get up from that. Like, you're instantly being replaced. And also, I think Robertson's probably played more than he expected to play.
Exactly, yeah.
And when he is playing, he's playing pretty good. He's not
world class. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not playing poorly. I think on that right hand side, I think Conor Bradley, he has a good game every 3, but then he's always he just looks way too rash and aggressive a lot of the time in his attacking and defensive play. I think Salah's gone way off the boil.
Oh, I think he'll leave after this year. I really do. There you go.
Really?
I think he'll leave. Oh yeah, 100%. He's past his best now. He's had his time here. You know, I mean, I'd be surprised if he doesn't. I'm being honest with you. I mean, he has one same as Bradley. He has one good game every 3. You know,
is there a bit of hindsight? Would you have preferred he left at end of his contract, or?
I don't know. How old is he now? 33? 32? I don't even know how old he is.
I mean, at least you'll get some money from him if he does leave in the summer.
Exactly, you get money, yeah. If your contract run out, we don't get any money there. So, he lost a lot of pace as well. I mean, he can still score, but he misses too many chances now, Salah. I don't know. A couple of years ago, he buried them. But now he's just missing too many chances. You know.
Do you know what I always say about Salah?
Yeah.
Sometimes he looks like he's never played football before. Like, when he gets the ball out wide, he tries like a Travella cross, and he just scuffs it into the first man.
Yeah,
I'm like, what technique is that? And then he'll pick up the ball, do a bit of a dribble, and whip it in top bins. I'm like, you're the best, worst footballer of all time. Like, I just don't get it. Final thing on Liverpool before we wrap up the pod: where are you going to finish this season?
Ooh, 4th. We're not winning that big now. I think that's done. Unless we do pull off some sort of miracle and we're going beating for a long time. And I mean, I can't see Arsenal dropping any points. Well, I can, but not many. Man City look good, don't they? Man City, if you compete against Man City and Arsenal, a good side, and we're still dropping points, I'm happy with 4th. I really do.
So who 3rd?
Oh.
Chelsea?
Maybe. I wouldn't say Spurs. Sunderland? No. I think Sunderland will drop off eventually, slowly. Oh. I'm not going to say Man United because I don't like Man United. Chelsea. Chelsea, maybe. Possibly. Absolutely. I'd say Aston Villa, but they're not. They're a bit inconsistent as well, aren't they? So
there's a lot of inconsistency at the minute. The only consistent team in the Prem really is Arsenal.
Yeah.
Even Man City are hit and miss. Like sometimes they'll be unbelievable, and sometimes you get a really poor performance. I'll tell you what we've not had today. That's any poor performances. 10 out of 10 from both of you two. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on the pod, Anthony. If people want a little bit more Anthony Day in the life, where can they find you on social media?
Twitch.tv /Anthony Day TV. I'm also on X as well. Same name, Anthony Day TV.
There you go. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for joining me. Matt will be back later this week, actually, for a little bit of extra time. We'll be talking all thing FUTBIN rating. I can't wait to see the community's opinion, feedback, and hopefully everyone enjoys it. And we'll be bringing you a little bit more of me and Matt talking all things FUTBIN rating later this week. Thank you for joining us. Good luck in your champs and packs if you are opening over the weekend. We'll be back next week with another episode of the FUTBIN Podcast. Have a great week, and we'll see you very soon.